And welcome once again to another fantastic atomic tutorial, and indeed the first Fallout tutorial of the summer break. My name is Dr. Wasabi, and in today's episode we are making the molecular relay from Fallout 4. Yes, that is right. So for people who don't know, this is what you use in the molecular quest, or well, no, I should say the molecular level quest of Fallout 4. You make this magnificent machine using nothing but scrap metal and a few other doodads to teleport yourself inside the Institute. Now, one thing to note, the actual technical name for this machine is called the Signal Interceptor, but because it's essentially the same thing as the Institute's molecular relay, I'm just going to call it that because it sounds a bit more sciencey. This is a very technical and science-looking build and will look amazing if you're making some kind of underground evil base or something that kind of goes along the theme of science and technology. So there you go for any of you science Minecraft doodads. So enough about me blabbering on as usual. Let's get into the block list. So, for the molecular relay build, you need the following block items: polished deep slate stairs, cauldrons, anvils, polished basalt, blast furnaces, polished andesite stairs, polished andesite slabs, stone brick walls, andesite walls, iron trap doors, lightning rods, light blue stained glass panes, sea lanterns, smooth stone, and smooth stone slabs. So those are the blocks you need for today's build. Now, for any survival players, my main advice would not be on any collection of materials. It would actually be on these two blocks here. Now, this block over here, the stone brick wall, is optional. You won't actually see this in the build itself. This is just an optional texture material you will find if you just don't like the use of the andesite walls for the Tesla coils. I had some trouble trying to nail down the kind of riveted tone of the Tesla coils themselves in the build, so I have provided two optional materials for you to collect, just so there's a bit of variety in what you like, and because I know each builder has their own tastes. So that will be my advice for you survival players. So now that the block list is out of the way, I dare say it's time to get in to another time lapse. And we are back after that amazing time lapse, folks. But before I show you anything more, I just want to say, if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe. Okay, so let's have a look at what we built so far. Honestly, I think this is a decent build. As I said before, this will look so good in like a wacky lab or some kind of underground base where you're doing all sorts of like redstone builds. It has that kind of like technical quality, which I like about it. Which, you know, you got the you can really tell it's been handmade from Fallout 4. You've got the different kind of corrugated metals kind of welded into these strange little support bars that go into the main kind of molecular relay itself. Now, of course, in Fallout 4, it is technically called the signal interceptor, but the molecular relay kind of sounds a bit more sciencey, if that makes sense. Plus, this is kind of like a copy of the Institute relay, so you may as well call it a molecular relay. Now, if you want any more details for your build, the main thing I would suggest is get your light blue stained glass panes and just place them around the build like so. Nothing too sporadic, just here and there. Just have these little bits of panes over here, and what that kind of signifies is some of the electricity kind of arcing off the build itself. Because when you actually go into the molecular relay and you turn it on, there's a big flash of light, as well as like some kind of coils, because you'll see the kind of Tesla coils around the bottom and of course the top over here. So just adding some bits of some glass panes really kind of sell that effect of like electricity, or kind of like the charred air or charged air, so to speak. But other than that, this is essentially a build well done. Now, I am aware that there are little consoles and stuff like that that goes alongside the signal interceptor or the molecular relay. But the main reason I kind of left that out is because I kind of want people to have fun with how they put this in. If I make it too specific to any one thing, it won't be as fun to make. And it'll give a lot less space for people to build it in their homes and their bases and whatnot. So having this in general on its own really gives some space for builders to kind of add little tidbits to it, to kind of make it their own personal design, so to speak. And there we have it, the molecular relay from Fallout 4. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, this is my first atomic tutorial for the start of summer. I have promised people, I've said this in the community section, I have been making a lot of models just so I don't burn myself out in terms of designing. But of course, this is all being unveiled throughout the summer. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I wish you a most pleasant good evening. And of course, as always, God bless.
And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.